to take it off, and somebody was like, turn the music off.
You still DJing. That's what we do, baby. We DJ.
Turn the music out. We got here. So
We edit, we produce, we do
yeah,
it all.
we do it all. We do it all. Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of Conversations with KFLO. I would like for you guys, the goal of the show, let me say that. The goal of the show is to inspire, encourage, and empower you to live life better. You guys, please follow me on Facebook, the Gram, TikTok, YouTube. What else? Anything else? No. Facebook, the Gram, TikTok, YouTube, at I am KFLO K. You can also follow me on Instagram under K Styles U if you want to see fashion content.
Okay.
And please show your love with likes, tags, and shares on our content. As usual, we gonna get into my business, your business, and
everybody business.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. My guest today is Nielle Lucas. Wait, say it for me. The playbook. Nielle Lucas. The playbook.
Your playbook coach. I am your playbook coach, giving you the plays to win the game in life and in your business and everything in between.
I know that's right. Okay, so tell us where you're from and what all you do.
Okay, so I'm from Dallas, Texas. To be more specifically, I'm from the Greedy Grove, Pleasant Grove, for those who don't know. Hey, are you with me? Yeah. So, yeah, I rep mom, baby. Graduated from Skyline in the house. I am a mother of two, and a new grandmother or grandma of one. I am newly remarried. Praise the Lord. We've been married already a year and a half, been together 6 years. That's the love of my life. And you say what it is that I do?
Yeah, what do you do? Tell people what you do.
Oh my gosh. So I am a entrepreneur. I am a female leader. I am a serial side hustler. Okay. If it makes me money and it's within the realm of what I'm passionate about, I do it. I jump on it. And I also teach others how to do it as well. I am an author of one book and working on my second. The name of the book that came out in 2014, I published, is 15 Power Moves That Will Change Your Life. I am the owner of You Before Me business consulting and marketing firm, where I have ran that company for 14 plus years. We are a one-stop shop marketing and branding firm. We specialize in business consulting and coaching, as well as tangible items like we build custom websites. We design custom graphics, logos. We do all things printing, your banners, your tablecloths, your business cards, your flyers. We are pretty much a one-stop shop. Anything that you can think of, pretty much that you need, promotional items, t-shirts, we got you. I've been doing that for 14 plus years. As well as I'm the founder and organizer of the Game Change Hers women's nonprofit organization. And that is a nonprofit organization where we help women change her game personally so that she can then take those tools and change the game in her business. I totally believe that God will not change it until he change you. So that's the whole thing of why I do what I do. Whatever holes and gaps and voids you've got going on in your life personally, if you don't fix it, it's going to show up in your business. And I feel like because we don't tend to ourselves and make sure that we are in alignment with the will of God, if we seek him first, his kingdom, his righteousness, the Bible, it assures us that all these things shall be added unto us. So I think that's a part about working smarter and not harder. Just try it. Just try it. In every sense, I have let go of making sure that I do everything right, from social media to making sure I attend this event, that event, just all the things that, the world standard says you got to do. Ever since I've kind of fallen back a little bit and just trusted him more, I've actually received more. So just try it. But needless to say, so the founder and organizer of the Game Changers Women's Organization, and then I'm also the owner of the B Studios. We are under construction. I just moved in a few months ago. We will be opening in October, and that is a business, co-working, and event space for women in business, a place for giving her a place to operate, grow herself, grow her business. We have business suites that you can rent out. You can come and pop in for a day and rent a desk out. We have a podcast studio. We have an in-house photography studio. There's a recording studio there, as well as event space. So I look forward to the opening day for that. I'll keep you posted on that, Kim.
Girl, you're doing a lot. I didn't know. I knew you was doing some of that, but I didn't know you were doing all of that.
Girl.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Yes, thank you.
God bless you,
Yes.
ma'am. God bless you. I plead the blood and the favor of God over your life. Hear me?
Kim, this is what I be trying to say, girl.
Yes.
I be trying to hold it together, but I have a lot going on. But it's all good though. It's purpose. So, where God gives you the vision, there's provision, and he's never going to send you anywhere where his grace is not there. But it's still hard. You know what I'm saying? And girl, the struggle is real.
Of course I know. The struggle is too real. I think that's Jay. Jay, if that's you, it still says Facebook user, and I don't know why. So Jay, if that's you, if this Jay Briscoe, she has a fitness wear line.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I think maybe about a year ago. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Okay. Well, congrats to you, Jay, and hey, thanks for tuning in.
Mm-hmm. If it's not, maybe it's her mom. I don't know, but honey, y'all type in here and tell me who this is. Okay, let's get on. Let's move on into this conversation. I'm really looking forward to this conversation. Like I said, I was looking on your page and I just saw so many posts pertaining to some things that were in my mind. And I really didn't have anybody to discuss them with. I hadn't chosen anybody. So when you and I connected, I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're going to talk about, right?
Yes.
We're going to talk about this. So the first part of the discussion is, so I titled it Branding Yourself, Personal and Professional. And so what grabbed my attention is that you made a post that said, social media is a resource, not the source. And I totally got that because it's so daunting these days to try to keep up with posting and trying to keep people engaged. And then you have Facebook who's, changing stuff all the time. And
that was so changing.
And what is it? It's called Meta.
Yeah, the Meta. Yeah.
So Meta suggests that we continuously engage, and I understand it's necessary, especially for business, people that have, small business, stuff like that. But at the same time, it's so not me. It's so not me. I'm trying to grasp it and get on board. But it's just tough. And here's the thing: celebrities don't have to do that. It's just the small people like you and me.
Right.
A celebrity can post a picture and get, a million responses just from a picture. But little old you and me, we got to work, 3 times.
Baby, you hear me?
Like a heart.
Yes, we got to tag everybody and their mama, okay, to make sure you see this. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, let's. How do you feel about that?
So this is how I feel about that. Social media was just a way for us to be sociable through media, through media platforms. Again, it is just a tool. It was never meant to be the be all that ends all. And for me, as a branding expert, my associates is in marketing and my bachelor's is in business management. And again, I've been doing this for 14 plus years. I love branding. I eat, breathe it, and sleep it. I used to be the one that was hardcore about social media, you guys. I was a stickler for finding what your times are that works best, that your people engage better with. I was a stickler for making sure that you post at the accurate times, that you get the message out, that you're, consistent in your messaging. And I'm still that way. However, my disposition has changed on it, meaning that it's okay to fall back on the word of God. Kim, I'm going to go here.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go here.
Go ahead.
At the end of the day, it was never going to be by social media that God was going to bless us. And I think that we put so much pressure and weight on the engagement that we see on Facebook, and we forget about the purpose. We forget about the calling. We forget about what God had already said he was going to do for us and our businesses way before social media even came along. And we got sucked up into that, and we fall in the pattern of comparison. We feel like because we don't get as many likes or as many shares as someone else, that what we're saying, it must not mean anything. And that's a lie. The devil is a lie.
That's a
Okay. And like you said something very profound and very accurate. Ever changing. It's hard to become an expert at something that's ever changing.
Mhm.
And with that being said, what I do know who stays the same is God and his word. So this is why we got to change our mindset and go back to, first of all, making real connections, because that will never get old. You are your brand. Nobody can promote and brand you and your company better than you. And sometimes just a real conversation face to face can far more reach a person way better than a post can. Sure, you need to post and you need to, because these are the times that we live in. So because we're living in social media times, you do want to make sure that your business maintains a social media presence. However, don't think that the engagement or the lack of engagement is a determining factor of how many sales you can make. I coach, you guys. This is what I do for a living. This is how I pay my bills. I can't tell you how many people that have way more big of a following than I do. I wish I had their following, but they all sit at my desk and consult with me and tell me the same thing. Nielle, I'm having a problem with sales. How do I turn these likes into sales? I'm not getting any money. This is why I say numbers do lie when it comes down to social media. Now, when it comes down to money, numbers don't lie. It is what it is. 1 + 1 equals 2. But in social media, numbers can lie because we get affluence mixed up with influence.
Yes.
Amen. You
Yes.
can
Amen.
have influence and no affluence. You can have followers, you can have likes, you can have thousands of shares, you can go freaking viral. But what are you saying? Are you changing lives? What impact are you making? This is why you can be popular and not paid. So you got to decide what your purpose is. This is just a tool. Is this how you trying to be paid, or is this how you trying to be popular? If you're trying to be popular, then keep at it. But if you're trying to be paid, go back to making phone calls. Go back to having real conversations. Go back out to these networking events and start meeting people face to face. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, now that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because I think COVID, well, we know COVID stopped a lot of that, but we're pretty much back to normal now. So
right.
That's a good point. That's one thing I need to check into is, stuff that's going on. Well, because for me, the podcasting thing is new. Now, I was doing that with my t-shirts, but I've kind of just put that to the side. Lord, we'll pick that up later.
We'll pick it up later. It's
still
still in
later.
you.
It's still in me, but
Yeah.
it was, it's just a little draining, like you said, not to get the sales. People love it and likes and comment. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, but you ain't buying nothing.
But you're not buying. And this is the reason why we have got to fall back on what did God say? Because it gets tough. It gets hard. And I'm going through a rebranding phase. Now, granted, my company has always been for God. The name of my company is You Before Me, business consulting and marketing firm. You before me means if Christ before me, who can be against me? So off the muscle, when I first got my DBA and started the creation of this company, I immediately gave it back to God.
Right.
I'm just his vessel. So do with me what you want to do, God. And so with that being said, when I first jumped out, it was all about business. Everybody knew I was a Christian, I would say, but it was all about business. Now, we talked about God when you came out to my mixers and things. And sometimes we would definitely talk about God, doing some of our consulting consultations, but it was all about business. It is amazing to me the amount of people that used to show up just to hear the business. Then God took me in a different direction. He gave me a new vision, right? Put a little bit more word behind it. Put a little bit more him behind it. Give him a little bit more spirit behind it. Less of you. So he changed not my purpose, but my direction with my purpose. So I'm trying to do it more in alignment with his will. So everything that I do now is where faith and business collides. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
So with that being said, now that I slapped that on it, it seemed like the engagement slowed down. It seemed like the minute I said yes to God, let me start doing it his way. I'm sold out now. Everything just kind of got like quiet. That was a test for me, Kim, because I'm like, did I even hear you in the beginning? Because I totally changed my whole everything and just totally stepped out on faith and totally all about him. And I don't have any shame letting everybody know it's all about him. But then now it's like I hear it's a little bit quiet.
Yeah.
That was a test of my faith.
Yes.
So but I had to fall back on his word. What did God say? He gave me this vision. And when I stopped caring about what they said and start caring more about what he said,
Mm-hmm.
things started picking up. And I believe in service, Kim. That's
Mm-hmm.
what game changers do. We serve first, then we get to sell. When you
Mm-hmm.
start caring about what you're doing, the education, like the show is about, the empowerment, the inspiration. When you have a reason and you're walking in your purpose, I mean, the Bible is the truth, girl. Your gifts will always make room for you. So you keep doing what you're doing. I am a firm believer of that.
I believe that. I really do. Like you said, because my t-shirt business, I called it Procure Your Pieces. Well, everybody, I had a
Mhm.
lot of people saying, well, that's kind of hard to say. But that was straight
That's fine.
Bible. Like God dropped that in my spirit.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I was riding the train and asking
Mhm.
the Lord, what is the name of my business? And Peculiar Pieces came to my mind, and it was what 2 Peter 2:9. We are a peculiar people.
Yes.
So that's where Peculiar Pieces came from.
Yes.
So yeah, it was all about God initially for me, but I had the little cross, as my
Mhm.
logo and everything, and people would ask about that, but I started to notice in later years
Mhm.
people don't want to wear a cross, on that, because
Right.
Christians did,
Christians did.
but
Yeah.
unbelievers was like, well, I don't want to have a cross on my shirt, and I was be like, well, okay, well, that's my logo, so yeah,
Right. That's your logo. And here's the thing, I spoke on this a couple of years in Florida at a conference I was invited to speak at about branding. And the question was asked to me, how do you incorporate faith in your business without scaring someone off?
mm-hmm.
And that was a very good question, because some people struggle with that, especially Christians, because you can have a faith-based business um, without beating people over the head with your faith.
Right, absolutely.
So a faith-based, excuse me, blah, blah, a
Faith,
faith-based, got a
based.
little tongue-tied. A faith-based business just means that you're letting others know who is the head and foremost of your business and your life.
Right. Okay.
That
So
that having a faith-based business is it's talking about your faith within your business, not
mhm.
their faith.
Yeah.
It's just saying that I know who I'm working for.
Come
Y'all
on,
my
preach.
clients, but I'm
Preach.
working for him. That's all that means. Doesn't mean that we finna beat you over the head with a Bible or scripture and meet you at the door. You know what I'm
Come
talking about?
on.
But you're gonna know when you come into the presence of this building. It's just gonna be something about it. You're gonna feel it.
Right.
It's faith-based. That means just bringing Christ in your business.
That's it. That's
That's
all.
it.
So let me ask you this, because this is one of my points. I think people generally don't like to mix their personal lives with their professional lives, unless it's celebrities, because we know, again, they can get away with anything. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But for us, for example, some people don't accept co-workers as Facebook friends, right? Because sometimes people are different at work than they are in person,
Yes,
but
Lord.
that's still, I don't know if it directly ties in, but you know how you say our businesses are faith-based businesses because we're faith-based people,
Right. That's it.
right?
Yeah.
And that's what that is. But
Mhm.
when it comes to working, let's say on a regular job, not an entrepreneur, but your regular 9 to 5, like I have a regular 9 to 5.
Mhm.
I actually don't mind sharing who I am or having my coworkers as friends on Facebook because I'm the same person.
Come on.
It doesn't matter. But I
Ding
know
ding.
people who separate the two because
Mhm.
they're different at work than they are in person. So let's talk about that. How do you feel about that narrative of how people separate because they're really two different people? Or they're portraying like, well, I'm one way at work. I don't need you to be my friend on Facebook because I don't need you all in my business, seeing
Right.
what I do. But I mean,
Right.
but if you, what difference does it make
Right.
if you at work? Like, I don't get it.
This is very true. This is very true. Very good question, Kim. And to be honest, there's no right or wrong answer to that.
Yeah,
That's actually a question that there's not a one size fits all.
I agree.
Because again, it may be your job, unfortunately.
Mhm,
You could be you and somebody still find offense to you being you, and you could be the same.
mhm.
It's unfortunate that we do live in a society where everybody is easily offended. Everybody,
Mhm.
everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Unfortunately, I mean, you could, if your job doesn't like it, You could post a scripture and offend somebody.
Fact.
No more different than you could post a meme about how you feel about homosexuality. Everybody is easily offended.
Facts.
This is why you got to know who you're working for.
Yeah.
Because in the event that they do come across something that offends them and decide to let you go, then that was meant. And you got to say bye. Because you can't be controlled by society and by man. We're all so replaceable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's really no right or wrong answer. Because if you're a teacher, you know, you're going out to happy hour and post a drink for some parent because you've disciplined their child, searching on your Facebook page to be messy and want to bring to the superintendent that this is the woman who's teaching my son who say he can't do this and that, and look at her with a drink in her hand. It's unfortunate, but Kim, it happens. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, and she should not be judged what she does outside of her work hours. Absolutely not. Let us follow you home. Let us follow the principal home. Let us follow everybody home.
Okay.
Even without ignorance, cast the first stone.
Okay.
Okay, it's gonna be a hush come over the room, baby, because we all got some skeletons in our closet, or we all just are who we are, and we ought to be able to be that way. But unfortunately, now on the flip side, those who are totally different, and that means you're not authentic. If you can totally show up here one way and totally show up there another way, then one of those are not true. You see what I'm saying?
That was
one of those.
That's where I was getting to.
Yes. One of y'all, let me put it like that.
One of y'all ain't real.
One of y'all ain't real. Now, if every platform got a different you, if you over here doing TikTok this way and you're talking all intellect and you're over here on LinkedIn and then over here on Instagram, you over here popping your butt and showing these videos or whatever, and then all over here on Facebook where you got your church folks and your mom and them, now you're posting scriptures and everything, then one of those is a lie. Right. Basically. So
but I get it. I do understand, and I understand the need for separation. Right. I totally get it, because I'm definitely not. Well, I can't say I'm the same person at work that I am, you know, everywhere. Like I'm pretty much the same. But also we have to be wise enough who to share certain things with. Now that's called wisdom.
Yes, it is.
Right.
Yes, it is.
So for some people, you can't be your all 100 authentic self around certain people, because like you said earlier, you don't want to offend anybody. You don't want anyone to think, you especially don't want anybody to question your beliefs and your Christianity and your lifestyle, because some people are not as strong in certain areas, so they wouldn't be able to handle seeing you do certain things while you're still claiming to be a Christian. You know what I'm saying?
This is true. This is true.
And it's wise.
And it's not even claiming. Like, you could very well be a Christian.
Well, yeah.
So it's what, and on that issue, it does bother me that the same people that are talking, that call themselves Christians, that are not perfect, they expect God to show them the same grace that they don't show to others. I wish people would, you know, because this is one reason why, Kim, to actually be honest, why you have a person that could be this way over here and another way over there, is because of the judgment that goes with them just showing up being who they are.
I totally agree.
You know what I'm saying? I think more people would definitely be, because for one, it takes more energy to not be who you are.
You right, because I don't know how to do it. And
y'all almost forget, dang, what I tell her, what did I say to her? But what did I, you know, I mean, it really takes too much energy, but because of the response when a person just shows up who they are, it is amazing how shunned they can be if a person doesn't do what you do. See, we all sin, but we sin differently.
Yeah, that's it.
Some people have physical sins that you can physically see, but then some people have sins of the heart, sins of the spirit.
Yes,
that you can't see.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? That unforgiveness, that ugly holding on them grudges, that baby, you still ain't forgave somebody back in what they said back in 1996 type of stuff. You know,
the stuff we don't see.
The stuff we don't see. So that's why you would see two different things sometimes going on, is because people don't really want to accept that this is the same chick that can run her business and wrap loops around it, honey, and handle it and don't drop the ball. But yes, she may be over here drinking and clowning, and yes, she may be on the table twerking, but this sister done worked hard all week. Why she can't just let loose and come, and who she hurting? You know, her man right there. She ain't bothering nobody. She not over here in your man face, bent all over, being disrespectful. She's in her corner at her seat, standing on her table, shaking her butt. But you can't just do that and not be judged.
Okay.
Come on. I tell people all the time, baby, I am godly and ghetto. I'm gonna put it on out there. Kim, you, baby, I carry my Bible and my blade. I don't ever know which one you're gonna get because I am both. And the more I become comfortable in who I am, I can comfortably say that. I used to could not say that. You know what I'm saying? I was too ghetto to say I was becoming godly because I didn't want nobody to think I was all of that. And then I'm godly, but I'm still a hot mess and I'm still a work in progress. So why can't I just say I'm this and I'm that? Why do I have to just be all of this? What does holy look like? And that's the question that I've been posing to people, because the thing that you think holy is sometimes ain't holy. So, girl, but anyways.
Ooh, but I think that's a whole nother subject.
That is, girl, because the thing we think that God will accept, girl, he'll accept that person over there smoking, but that's got a heart of gold. But that's a whole nother subject.
That's a whole nother subject. But listen, I want everybody to watch Conversations with KFLO because it's for everybody.
Everybody.
It's for everybody.
Everybody.
Okay, let me see. Oh, that was good. I love that so much. Okay, let me ask you about, let me see. I understand y'all said that part. Okay, let's talk about texting, because texting to me is the equivalent of the art of lost conversation. The lost art of conversation to me is texting. Yes. And I say that especially now because everybody have iPhones. I don't know if you a Droid or iPhone.
I'm a Droid, baby. Don't start no trouble.
I'm a Droid, right? I'm a Droid.
Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you the thing that has become a new pet peeve of mine is if I text somebody something and they just like it and don't respond.
Yeah, and see, I'm not able to do that because I don't have an iPhone, but I know exactly what you mean. You're right. They're able to love it or like it. Yeah, I'm not able to do that, so I gotta actually respond. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Yeah. But
but that has become a really pet peeve of mine, and so and for me, especially in dating, see, I don't know, because I was, the 90s raised me, born in the 70s, raised in the 90s. So absolutely. Dating has changed. So I don't, sometimes men my age have conformed to what's going on now. And I'm still a little bit old school where I actually want to go on a date and talk on the phone and laugh and be on the phone for a couple
of hours. Fall asleep, girl, like back in the day.
Yeah, like back in the day. So that doesn't happen anymore. So we're doing in this texting stuff. I can't figure out, look, I don't know if he liked me or not. I mean, he liked my text, but he didn't really say nothing back.
Right.
And so I'm just really confused, and I just feel like texting has ruined it. If you can't pick up the phone and we can't have a conversation,
right?
I start to wonder real quick, like, where is this going?
Again, and that's unfortunately the blessing and the curse of it all with social media. Social media can definitely compel you to reach so many more people at one time, at one click, than you ever could at one time with a flyer or with a business card. It is very beneficial. I don't know where we would be if we had social media in our time. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that we didn't, because of what you just said. We grew up in an era where we were still talking. We were still having real, genuine conversations. Social media, unfortunately, has watered down the way people conversate because of what you just said. They feel like, even when you ask, how is such and such doing? They say, oh, she's doing good. Oh, you talked to a girl? When last time you talked to her? Oh, well, I haven't talked to her in a long time, but I just saw her on Facebook.
Yeah.
I liked her post. That's what we've come down to, sis. Literally. And you're like, wait a minute. We're talking about people now. Of course, we call them friends, and that's another conversation too, because we're starting to buy into the whole notion that just because it says friend, these people are really not your friends.
Exactly.
And so it can get confusing for those who have not accepted that and have not been able to make the difference. Your friends are the ones who got your number, boo.
That part.
Them your friends.
Those are your friends. And this is another thing too. And I get it. Like you said, social media right now is necessary, especially for if let's say you have a loss in the family or something happens. Social media, I get it. It is a great way to put it out there so that everybody knows and you don't have to because you're already grieving.
Right.
You don't have to worry about I gotta call this person, reach out to them. I get it.
Reach all them at one time.
Yes, but
so that's the blessing part.
That's the blessing part.
Mm-hmm.
But here's my issue.
Yeah.
If I'm your friend, Facebook done changed. Facebook changed. I don't see everything that you
come on, girl. Come on.
So I might not have known that you posted that your aunt passed, who you was very close to. I didn't see that. So when I talk to you, hey girl, how's such and such oh, she passed. You didn't see it on Facebook? No.
Right. This is true.
That's the downfall.
Right.
I feel like if we're friends, pick up the phone and say, hey girl, you ain't got to pick up the phone. Send me a text.
Right.
Girl, I just want to let you know, auntie passed.
Right. And have you noticed that you are talking less and less with your friends?
Absolutely.
Have you noticed that?
Absolutely.
I'm talking about the ones that are actually your friends.
Absolutely.
I've gone from chatting several times a week, maybe not every day, but definitely a pattern where you were checking on each other, one another, to now, again, we feel because we just saw you post, we just talked to you.
Exactly.
I know everything that's going on in your life based off of what you post. Yeah. Hindsight, we only post the good stuff.
The good stuff. Now,
we only post the good stuff.
Some people post everything, and I'd be like,
and this is true, and I can't. That's a whole other spirit and energy right there. And then get mad when someone has a comment about it. My thing is that if the only time you want somebody to have a comment is if they're in agreement with you, then you need to not post everything, because this is a public platform used to be social. To me, it's free game. I don't get upset when people disagree. Now, mind you, you can disagree without being disrespectful. And I don't know if that's the thing that people are getting upset with, but sometimes I read and I see people aren't even disrespectful. They have said it just as professionally and kind as they possibly could. They just simply disagreed with you and saw this issue differently, and now y'all into it. This is why I don't comment, because there is an art of communication, period, as a whole. And then there's an art in communicating via email, via text, via anything where you're not face-to-face with the person. You could say something face-to-face that would totally not get taken the same way as if you said it via text.
Absolutely.
You got to be more sensitive, more cautious, more aware. It's unfortunate, but you learn that in school. You learn that in your corporate jobs. You learn not to put all things in all caps, because that means that you're yelling. You learn that when you put exclamation points, that means with excitement. So people may take that as while you're yelling. There's an art to communicating, period. Let alone there's a different kind of art when you're communicating via social media, via text, because it takes more words. This is longer than a movie.
It does.
It takes words that you got to be careful of. You got to be mindful, because again, when you're talking face to face, you can go back real quick and be like, oh girl, I didn't mean it like that. You can go back and clear that up real quick. Once you hit post, you can't clear that up real quick unless you're gonna go back and edit. And somebody already saw it. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta be cautious of how you communicate. Same thing with when you're dating. You know what I'm saying?
Because we don't know each other, so you don't know that I'm joking. You don't know that I'm joking.
Exactly. This is true, girl. I had an issue with my two best friends a couple of months ago, and I'm so glad that we have been friends both for over 20 something years, and so we were able to get past that and get over it or whatever. But one of my best friends texted a whole bunch of pictures that we had taken. Where her phone, she has an iPhone, it automatically makes these little videos and puts music behind it, right? It just does it for you. That's one of them iPhone things. It was really, really cool. But I'm a person that hates to be waking up out my sleep, because it's hard for me to go back to sleep. Once I'm up, I'm up.
Me too.
Now I'm an early riser. I'm usually up with my coffee and I'm ready. After my prayer and meditation, I'm ready to seize the day. But do not wake me up unless it is important before that alarm clock go off. You may catch another side of me, and they know that. But this particular Saturday, I slept in a little bit later, so they assumed that I was already up because I'm normally up.
Right.
So. But anyways, so they text me a whole bunch of, well, it was only one of them, but they text a whole bunch of pictures and videos, stuff that could have waited until I woke up, and that woke me up. So I was like, wow. And even though I'm like kind of ticked off, but I'm saying in a jokingly way. And so what I text to them, it totally was not taken in a jokingly way. Mind you, I was irritated, but I wouldn't just like totally piss the hell off. You know what I'm saying? I was a little irritated and agitated because woke me up out my sleep with these damn videos and stuff. I could have waited. But you know what I'm saying? But anyways, girl, baby, when I tell you, I guess it was the way I said it. And once I went back and read it, it did appear that I was very upset. Oh, that stirred up some stuff. And they're sensitive. So I was glad that they were able to tell me that I hurt their feelings and da-da-da. I mean, I'm just saying something so innocent and so quick just totally got taken there like really, really quick. And when I went back and read it through their eyes. See, sometimes you got to switch roles.
You got to switch.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they got to switch with you and see where you're coming from. Right. But then sometimes you got to step down the art of communication and look at it from how they heard it. You see what I'm saying? When you care and value the relationship. So once I reread it from where they were coming from, I totally saw where they could say that, like, dang, friend, like you totally spazzed out on us. You know what I'm saying? So I totally apologize because what I don't ever want to do is be misunderstood. And I just had to go into this. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all my booze. Y'all my best friends. I would never want to hurt y'all. But I'm just saying how something so just a few little lies was totally taken. Yeah. And so again, you got to watch those words.
It happened to me. Well, it's happened to me a few times when we were in the office. Not so much anymore because I've learned just not to email anything because people...
Not email nothing.
I just don't. I really just stop responding or sending it to anything because it's like people automatically read it with a negative tone to it, and these are people that don't even know me. Because there was a lady at my job, and I sent her email. I promise to God, in my email, I had no malice in my heart. What negative, nothing. Just asked or made a statement, and she came back like a dragon. Like, and I was like,
you didn't understand where that was.
I didn't understand, like, where is this coming from? So when I read back over it, I said, okay, she had to have perceived that negatively on her own because that's not how I sent it.
Right.
And so, but then that taught me from that. Now, it had happened years in past. I was definitely upset and meant everything that I said and how it was. But in this particular situation, I had grown.
Right.
And I knew I had grown. So I knew that that's not hard. Even though I had in the past. Different people. With different people. I had, my mouth is real slick on email.
Right.
So... And so that just took me back because I was like, oh, wow.
I just heard that. Yeah, that put you in your feelings because you're like, well, Jesus, I tried. And she still got offended. Right.
Exactly. I was like, Lord, I done changed and it still didn't work. So
in that situation, then that's not, you can't control.
It's not me. It's not me. But what I had to learn to do when I was in office, I had a sign on my computer, red paper, big black letters to myself. Don't say it. Don't email it. Don't respond. I had it listed there. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it because it would always just come back wrong. And I was like, Kim, just let it go. Just don't even say nothing.
Right.
So I've learned to just keep my mouth closed.
But you can't do that, Kim.
I can't.
Now, no.
I can't. And let me tell you why. Because it's to the point where I don't care enough. To put a lot of effort into trying to make somebody understand something.
Right. Well, no, we don't have the energy to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't have the energy. And that's all that I have been doing for years is putting so much energy into, well, we got to make this right. I know a way to make this better. And y'all asked us, for our opinions and blah, blah, blah. And I've been doing it and doing it and doing it. And it's never received. So let me just stop. Because that's a lot of energy that I'm giving.
It is
to receive nothing back. So
Right.
I just told myself to just stop.
Yeah, we don't want to plant our seeds in unfertile soil. The
Exactly.
seeds that I plant moving forward in this life, it's got to be for soil that's ready. It's got to be for people that want to change,
Hear
people
me?
that's ready to elevate, people that's ready to be poured in and ready to pour in. I also no longer want to be around people that are just takers and not givers, because it's either two. You're either an adder or a subtractor. It's either one, And so I'm just not interested anymore. If it does not evolve me, then it no longer will involve me. I'm just
Ma'am.
for
Say that again for the four people that's on here. Say that
the
again.
four people that's on here and for the folks in the back. Yeah, if it does not evolve me, then it will no longer involve me. I'm
Girl,
just
that's a t-shirt. Do I feel like making a shirt?
gone, girl. And by the way, I love your shirt. My black is beautiful. You know I love that. I got on this game changer shirt, but y'all can't see and everything. I got my banner going across and everything. It's
Stand up
okay.
a little bit. Give it, y'all want to stand up a little bit. Let
Let
us
me
see.
let me see. Let me see. I am a let me see. Can we
Game
I'm trying to
change.
see which way I turn these boobs, girl. Wait a minute. Which way?
Wait, I am a game change.
I am a game
Change
changer.
her. Gotcha.
Listen. Okay. There we
Yeah,
go.
there you go. There you go. Change her. There it is. Oh,
Right.
that's cute. I love it. How much?
Girl.
I need to give me one now.
They're just 15, girl.
Okay, well, I'm gonna order one, sis. I'm
Okay,
gonna order a shirt. I'm gonna
I
order a
do
shirt.
all colors and all of that, and we could discuss all of that. I appreciate you, girl. I
Okay,
appreciate it.
let's do this so we can wrap it up. Well, I want to
Okay.
step back real quick into the dating situation. Now, you say you've been newly married for how long?
For a year and a half.
Year and a half. Now, tell
Mhm.
me. Now, was he a communicator? Was it very hard for y'all to? Did y'all date? Did you
Yes, we did.
actually
We
date?
dated 5 years.
You dated 5 years.
Yes,
Okay,
mind
so what?
you, I had already been married. I think you knew
Mhm.
my previous
Yeah.
husband, and
Mhm.
we were married for 18 years. So I got married when I was 21 and he was 23. So against all odds, we really made it really quite far, for 18 years to have gotten married so young.
Yeah.
But our time had ended. And so you know, that was that. And so when I met who I'm with now, my husband today, the love of my life, my actual soulmate, yeah, we dated for 5 years. Um, God told me within 3 months that was going to be my husband, but he hadn't told him.
Mm.
So I mentioned it a few times because I'm very spiritual, and one of my spiritual gifts is the ability. I have a very strong spirit of discernment. So, and
Me
then I
too.
really, really hear clearly from God.
Yeah, me too.
That started a long time ago when I was little. I actually used to think that I was talking to myself, and I thought something was kind of wrong with me because I was having full-fledged conversations with myself. And it's one thing to talk to yourself, but to actually answer. And I thought it was me. Because what people don't know is because God is a spirit, He actually is talking to you in the form of your voice, and that confuses people because they think what they see on TV, God is going to talk back to you in some big booming voice, and it's going to be like that. No, God, He really most of the time be talking to you in your own voice, right? So, anyways, that's another subject. So, it took me years to realize this whole time I had been speaking to God. So, we got this relationship down pat, like we were super tight. So, I'd be hearing things and he'd be telling me. And I used to be afraid to tell people because I didn't want to be wrong. And
Mhm.
then I started putting into the test, and everything that I would say that he would say, it would come to pass. So now I'm not afraid. I know I'd be hearing from God. So
Mhm.
with that being said, I told him what God had told me. And because he had not told him yet, or he did not hear that yet, I
Mhm.
didn't say it anymore. Because what I don't want you to do is to marry me because I told you that. I need you to be ready.
Yeah.
So I ain't talk about it no more.
Mhm.
And we could have dated actually, Kim, for longer than 5 years, if that's how he would have had it. I was like totally not in a rush because I already knew he was going to be my husband. I
Mhm.
was sold on that. And it's crazy because if God hadn't have told me that first and he had told me that, we wouldn't have got there. God had to tell me.
Yeah.
He had to tell me. I had to be very, very quite sure because we ain't doing this no more. You know what I'm talking about? He had been married before and I had been married before. We ain't doing this no more. But
Right.
to speak about conversation, yes, indeed. That is actually how he got me. It just flowed.
Okay.
It just flowed. When we were talking, it's like I was the only one in the room.
Mm.
It just became it just flowed, girl. We are so much like each other. I'm a Virgo and he's a Capricorn, and we're actually our signs are compatible. The energy that we have is so strong and so thick. But because we are so much alike, you can also imagine how that is on a bad day because we so much
Mm-hmm.
alike.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, the conversation is great and it's
But
never
he actually called you on the phone and y'all talked on the phone.
girl. Yeah, like girl.
Okay, man, you better light up for your boo girl. You better light up, honey.
The conversation is great. Even when I'm mad, we will talk 100 miles an hour though. He can talk, girl. He can
Okay,
talk and it's never bored. He's the
okay.
life of the party. I'm the life of the party. We just have a lot to say. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't no dull moment.
I see. That's what I love. And sometimes people say, "Well, why would you want somebody just like you?" Because I like me.
Right, right,
And I know there will be a downside to some of that, but I want somebody who has big energy, somebody that likes to
right,
talk, somebody that
right.
loves to be around people because for me,
Yeah,
I get bored very easily. And if you're not
yeah.
talking or you're bored or you're very laid back and subdued, that's boring to me.
For me, conversation is a turn on.
Yeah,
Conversation is so sexy to me. Like I do
yeah,
not care about what you drive, and I don't freaking care about your money because that's your money. I
right.
got my own. Like those things don't turn me on because who's to know I'm going to get it or not, and who knows what you are going to require for me to do to get it. So those things don't turn me on. Girl, go get you a job and keep your own. But that conversation, it really does rule the nation, dog. That's how he
Yeah,
got me. Real
it,
talk, and it wasn't forced. He wasn't trying to fumble and stumble to try to find the words, and he really. I didn't even know he was trying to holler. That's just how smooth he was with it.
it was.
And I
Okay.
wish we had more time because I could totally tell you how we met. But anyways,
Okay, Lord, you hear that? So it's still a possibility. Okay, Lord, thank
it's
you.
still a possibility. It's still a possibility. But I wouldn't say I want just say you want somebody with a lot of similar qualities because that fool side of you, Kim, honey.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I don't want that part.
Yeah. Because you
I don't
don't
want. I
know.
don't want. Yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
that part.
I see it is just a little bit, it's there.
I want the fun, intelligent,
Yeah.
like to have fun, goofy side. That's
Right.
who love the Lord and good when
Come on, girl.
you gotta love the Lord. Because if I talk to you and you ain't said nothing about God, and we've been talking for 30 days and you ain't said the Lord or God, and you ain't mentioned
Excellent.
it not one time, I'm like,
Now, one time.
and I say it all the time because I'm just testing the seat, and you still ain't saying nothing.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna
Right.
be a wrap real quick, sir.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, listen, I have so much enjoyed you. I want to wrap this up because we are almost at an
Don't forget I have
hour.
a giveaway.
You have a giveaway? What you giving away? Go ahead.
I have a giveaway. So I'm giving away this book that I bought and hope you guys can see it.
Too blessed
It's
to be stressed. 3 minute
yeah,
devotion for women. I love that.
3-minute devotionals, devotions for women. And then I bought a pack of bookmarks. So this is like just a magnetic bookmark, a little book saver that you can
Mm-hmm.
just clip on your pages to hold your pages. And the scripture says, I can do everything through him. It's just a constant reminder. So, first of all, we are too blessed to be stressed. And always remember that if you made it to this day, this is the day that God has made. And let us find something in it to rejoice and be glad about it. I don't care what it is. It's so many people that have laid down that will not get up. So, if you made it to this day, decide that you are too blessed to be stressed no matter what happens. And so these are just little really quick devotions for women. I like the book. I read it. So I don't know who's all tuned in. I don't know if we have any men or anything, but hey, these could be devotions for anybody.
I don't think there's any men. So who do you want? Do you want to give that to the first person that chimed in, or how do you want to do that?
Sure, however you want to do it. Since I can't see them anyways.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give it to the first person that chimed in and
Is
said,
this my fitness new friend?
I'm gonna have to see. It was at 6:31.
Oh, girl, you got some on time listeners, baby.
She said, "Hey y'all." So I'm gonna assume that that's Jay. I'm not sure, but I'll reach and find out.
If that's Jay, say it's Jay.
Say it's Jay. She didn't say, but
You
I'll
didn't
find
say,
out.
okay. Okay. And I'll get this to you. so that you can get it to them, or however you want
I
to.
want to do it. Okay, we'll figure
Yeah.
all that out. Okay, let's wrap this up. Let me see. What are your? You already gave a final good word, so we're gonna do that. If there's any Black businesses on here, please put your name in the comments, and we'll shout you out at another time. And
Amen.
let's see. Again, I am. Let me see. Whoa. I want to make sure I got everything because I missed some stuff the last time.
Don't miss
Oh,
none.
tell me this. Okay, let's do this real quick. Tell me
Okay.
what inspires you, or who you are, who you have inspired, or who inspires you.
Who do I inspire, or who inspires
Yes,
me?
right. Tell me how you inspire others, or how someone else has inspired you.
I'm gonna start with how others inspire me, and I'm going to assume that this is how I inspire others. It really feeds off into one another. Authenticity. I'm drawn to authentic people. I
Mhm.
don't care what it is that you do, what your background is, what you've been through, what you're currently going through, what you've come out of, what you're on your way to. Just be who you are. I feel like that is what uniquely makes us different. It's all of our unique experiences. That's what makes my story different, your story different. And when you put us all in a good melting pot, it just comes out for a good old stew. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Stu.
Yes. Yes. A good old stew, girl, with
Yes.
some cornbread. And
Oh
so yeah, and you can have sliced cornbread if you like muffins, whatever you do, you know. But I think authenticity is really what connects us.
yeah. Hmm.
Our stories, our experiences
Hmm.
is really what shape us, really. Um, so to hide from what you could not control and to be shame of that when you overcame it, that's something to talk about. Because the thing is, you survived it. To talk
Okay.
about it.
You
And
still,
the very thing that we are, unfortunately, but not unfortunately, but very fortunately, but you know, what we're going through right now is the answer to somebody else's prayers. Our
mm,
hurting is for somebody else's healing. And
mm.
that's how it goes. And I
That's
need you to tell that.
That's awesome. Okay, we're gonna end on that note. Girl, you have dropped some nuggets on today, ma'am. Do you hear me?
Crazy.
I'm gonna start calling you Evangelist Danielle.
Stop it, girl. People be saying that. I'm not ready for that.
Okay, Lord. Okay, Lord. We gonna wait on that. She not ready.
Okay, Kim, no. And you know, listen, we go to the same church, girl, by the way. I don't know if they know that, but Pastor is big on discipleship and discipline and maturity and
Mhm.
just growing up. No more being babes in Christ. We've been
Right.
Christians too long. It's just time to grow up and level up.
Yeah, do something different. I told you I started doing media, so I'm
You
I'm
told
already
me.
stretching.
Yes, you are with your shy but not shy. You got your days where you shy. You just,
Girl, I ain't never been shy.
you ain't, but you
Yeah,
okay, maybe not shy, but reserved. Let me say that.
reserved.
Reserved.
Reserved is the word.
Yeah,
Yes, I
that's the
can
word.
be very reserved.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're about to be out of here. I thank you guys for coming in and watching again. I am here to inspire, encourage, and empower you to live life better. Please show your love by likes, tags, and shares. I am KFLO K on all platforms. I want to be and need to be the greatest me that I can be. So y'all go be
Amen.
great. Tune in next week. Peace out. Thank you, Miss Nielle.
Peace out. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. You have a great week.
You too. Y'all be blessed. Bye
All
bye.
right.